So chapter 18 is the law of administrative agencies. So in this chapter, the learning objectives were about the introduction of administrative law and administrative agencies, and then a bunch of creations, functions, and limitations on and of an administrative agencies, and the state and local administrative agencies, plus the global dimensions of the administrative agencies. So administrative law is the statute or the regulation that directly or indirectly affects an administrative agency. And then the substantive rule is creates and defines and regulates the legal rights of an administrative agencies and the parties they regulate. And then administrative agency is a creation by the legislative branch to carry out specific duties. And then the types are independent administrative agencies and executive administrative agencies. And reasons for the growth of administrative agencies is the flexibility, like the need for expertise, the prevention of overcrowding in courts, and the expedition solutions. Enabling the legislation grants power to an administrative agency to issue rules, investigate violators of rules, statutes, and adjudicate the disputes. And then rulemaking. So in the Administrative Procedure Act, the APA, established the standards and the procedures that must be followed in rulemaking and the adjudicable functions, administrative activities, and formal advising, preparation of reports, and issue of guidance. Rulemaking model in the APA is formal rulemaking, informal rulemaking, and the hybrid rulemaking, plus the exempted rulemaking. And then chapter 19, employment, relationships, and immigration laws. So learning objectives in this chapter, we're talking about workers' compensation laws, wage and hour laws, unemployment compensation, unconsolidated, unbiased budget, immigration laws, Family Medical Leave Act of 1993, and the Privacy Rights. So Davis-Bacon Act, contractors and subcontractors working on government projects are required to pay the prevailing wage. Fair and Labor Law Standards Act is FLSA, covers all employers engaged in interstate commerce or the production of goods for the interstate commerce. And then Wage and Hour Division, which is the WHD, to the department is the Department of Labor, which is DOL, and is responsible for enforcing the FLSA. And then the FLSA record keeping requirements, employees' full name and social security number, address including zip code, birth date if under 18, and then the sex and their occupation, time and day of week when employees' work week begins, hours worked each day, and then total hours worked each work week. And the unemployment compensation is the Federal Unemployment Tax Act, which provides compensation to qualified employees who lost their job. Tax paid by employers is deposited into the federal government of unemployment insurance fund, and the states can draw and dispute the funds, and this does not cover employees who are fired under just a case and employees who have voluntarily quit. And then their eligible standards differ among the states. And then the Family Medical Leave Act of 1993 guarantees that workers facing a medical, gastro, or a certain specific family responsibilities will be able to take the time off of work. And then it talked about immigration law, which was green card holders and permanent residents with the rights to enter, exit, and work and live forever in the United States. And there's a total 140,000 green cards are offered each year. So in these chapters, like I just went over about like the rights people have, like with people that live in the U.S. and people that are immigrations that come here, and like the differences and like the wages and stuff like that, plus like the safety codes and like the medical leave, like they're pretty much the same but just different in different ways, which is nice to know, like knowing your information about your family medical leave and like the law that you are in, the privacy rights.